Okay, I'm going to go over the Unit 5 review. So we're just going to start with number 1. On all of these, we're going to figure out what the translation, reflection, if there's any vertical stretch or compressions, domain and range. Don't worry about this horizontal stretch or compression. We are not doing that. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with number 1. So number 1, it's asking us for what the translation is. So the translation has just this -5, so that's going to move it down 5. And that's the only transformation. So let's go ahead and start with what the graph looks like. So it's a square root function. Square root functions, you should think of going 1, 1, 4, 2. So I'm going to go ahead and start at down 5. So I'm going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 down. 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is our starting point. And since there's no other transformations, we're just going to go right 1, up 1, right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 2. Remember that when you draw this out, it's only going to hook over to the right. Nothing is going to be on the left side. All right, domain and range. So looking at this graph right here, the domain looks like it's only going to go to the right. So that should be greater than. You can write it in set notation or interval. Set notation looks like this, x such that x is greater than or equal to, and don't forget your starting coordinate. So if you look at the starting coordinate, it's 0, -5, so the x is 0. It's starting at 0 before it goes to the right. For the range, we're talking about the y values. And if you look at the y values, it starts at -5 before it goes up and up forever. So y is greater than or equal to this -5. All right, let's go ahead and go to number 2. So looking at number 2, let me just slide this over a little bit here. So number 2, we're looking at the transformations again first. So if you look at the transformation, there's a negative in front, which means that there's going to be a reflection in the x-axis. The +3 means it's going to go to the left 3, because remember opposite, and the +1 makes it go up 1. Okay, opposite same. So we're going to go left 3 and up 1 to start with. Keep in mind this is, again, a square root, and there is going to be reflection here. So let me just draw this axis in here. No, actually, I should start it over here. Okay, so this is my axis. And so what I'm going to have us do is start at left 3, 1, 2, 3, and up 1. This is our starting point. Now, keeping in mind that this is a negative, so if you look at our table of values, we're going to go right 1, but instead of up 1, we're going to go down 1. Then we're going to go back to the original, go right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then instead of going up, we're going to go down 2. Again, it is still hooking over to your right. So let's talk about the domain. The domain x such that x, it is still going to the right. It's starting at -3 before it goes to the right. So x is greater than or equal to -3. And as far as the range is, we have y such that y, now this graph is actually going down, so it's going to be less than or equal to what y value? It's less than or equal to the 1. All right, let's take a look at this third one here. So on number 3, we have a transformation. When you have a number in front, that's going to be a vertical change. It actually is a vertical stretch by a factor of 2. Okay, and then the +2 inside, think opposite. It's going to go left 2, and then the +4, same sign. We're going to go up 4. All right, so we're going to be stretching this up. I'm going to draw my axes kind of a little bit lower here. Okay, so we're going to start at left 2 and up 4. I might have to go by 2s here. It's okay. We'll stretch it up. We're going to have a vertical stretch by factor of 2. So we're going to go right 1, but instead of up 1, we're going to go up 2 times 1, which is up 2. Then we're going to go over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to go up actually 2 times the 2, which is going to be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It takes us up to here. Okay, so we went up twice the amount. So instead of up 1, up 2, instead of up 2, we're going to go up 4 because we're doubling. And then domain, we have x such that x, it is going to the right, so it's still greater than, and it's greater than or equal to -2. That's the starting point before it goes to the right. And then for the range, we have y such that y, it is going up, so it should be greater than or equal to the 4. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and go to number 4. Number 4, now it has a little cube root. So the cube root is a little bit different graph. That's one where you have to memorize 1182. 1182. All right, so let's go ahead and start with first the transformations. There's a -4 that makes it go opposite, so think of right 4. And then same sign, that's going to make it go down 2. So right 4 and down 2. This one is a little bit of a larger graph here, so I'm going to take up a little more room. Okay, so I'm going to go right 4. Uh-oh. I think it logged me out. Hold on 1 second. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. So we're going to go right 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to go down 2. Okay, so that's the starting point. And then from there, remember it's right 1, up 1, right 8. So I'm actually going to extend this longer here. You can actually take your graph and scale it down if you want to. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we go up 2. Left 1, down 1, go back to the original before you go -8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then down 2. Okay. And the domain for this is going left and right, so we're going to say x such that x is an element of all real numbers. And the range, it does also go up and down, so y such that y is an element of all real numbers. All right, let's go ahead and do number 5. Number 5, we happen to have a negative in front of there, so we're going to have a reflex in the x-axis. Yes, you have to write x-axis. The 1/2 does a vertical compression by a factor of 1/2. And then the -3, think opposite, so you want to go right 3. Okay, let's go ahead and make an axis here. All right, let's see if I can fit this on here. I didn't count it beforehand. So we want to start going right 3. 1, 2, 3, and that's going to be our starting point. After this, remember that there's a reflection. So if you think of your original graph, it usually goes right 1, up 1, but instead of going right 1, up 1, we'll still go right 1, but instead we're going to go down through the reflection, and 1/2 of 1 is 1/2. Then you're going to go back to the original and you go over 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Usually you would go up 2, but we're doing a reflection and a vertical compression of 1/2. So instead of going up, you're going down, and you're going to go down 1/2 of 2, which is down 1. You're going to go to the left 1, and then you're going to go up 1/2. Then you go left 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you're only going to go up 1 because half of the 2. And then this is your graph. If you want to talk about your domain, the domain is again all real numbers. It goes left and right. And your range again is all real numbers. Y such that Y is an element of all real numbers. Goes up and down. Okay, and then the last one of these is another cubic. So here we go, number 6. We want to take the negative there and do a reflection in the x-axis. The plus 3 makes it go to the left 3, and the minus 2 makes it go down 2. All right. So we're going to go left 3, 1, 2, 3, and down 2, 1, 2. From there, we are going to have, oh, I forgot to put the 3 there. Sorry, guys. There's also going to be a vertical stretch. Vertical stretch by a factor of 3. So we're going to go up and down 3 times our y value. Okay, so from here we're going to go right 1, and instead of going up 1, what's 1 times negative 3? That's going to be negative 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go over 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And instead of going down 2, 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're down there. Maybe I should have scaled this down. All right, so on the left side, we're going to go over 1, and instead we're going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. And let's see if we can fit this one in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to go up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so the graph. So as you draw this, it should have some sort of curve that way and then curve out this way. The domain and range, again, are all real numbers, so x such that x is an element of all real numbers. And then the range is y such that y is an element of all real numbers. Okay. I'll do another video for numbers 7 through 10.